We are live backstage here at 92 Zoos Beach House, presented by our friends at Encore Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram on Schillinger. I have to remember, it's in alphabetical order, yeah. And with me is Maddie from the 1975, Matt Healy. Welcome back to Hangout.
Thank you. Thanks
Now,
for having us.
you were here like 4 or 5 years ago, maybe 4 years ago?
Something like that.
Yeah, and it was right after Chocolate came out, and you guys had just really started playing, and now you're back again. And a lot's happened since then. I mean, you're on your 4th album getting ready to come out.
That's right, yeah.
But I remember talking to you. You had just played Royal Albert Hall.
Right, okay. Okay, so I know where we are. I just turned 25 then.
Uh-huh.
I just turned 25 because it was the day before my 25th birthday.
So your birthday's coming up in a couple days then.
No. Actually, okay, so this is always the same time. So
Yeah.
I just remember that show really, really vividly.
Uh-huh.
Because it was a turning point. Like, we'd been to America, but like coming back to do that tour, like things were different. Like, people knew who we were and stuff like that. So it was an incredibly exciting time.
Well, I remember you were talking about your dad and how excited you were for him and how proud he was of you.
Yeah, my dad loves it.
I think it's great. And does he go on the road with you guys at all?
No, he's always been very busy, and like I said, like our touring schedule is absolutely brutal. But like when we're in the UK, like my dad's always there at all of our shows and stuff like that. It's great.
That's awesome, man.
Yeah, he's awesome.
Now, you had, over the last couple of years, Music for Cars, which is actually your 3rd and 4th album. They were recorded kind of back-to-back?
Yeah, so there's the 4th one we're doing at the moment. We're still making it, and we're going to start putting some of it out soonish, but there's still no real line in the sand of when it comes out, but it'll be soon. I mean, the last one only came out a matter of months ago.
Right,
so.
and that is a brief inquiry into online relationships.
That's it, yeah.
And the new one's going to be Notes on a Conditional Form.
That's right.
Now, your Brief Inquiry album won Best Album at the Brit Awards this year, I heard.
It did, yeah.
That's what's that got to be like?
It's amazing. It's a testament, I think, to not aspiring to those things. Because I think that we had a very cult, intense following, but it took the press or like the musical institutions a while to catch up with the 1975. So I think that it was unrealistic for us on our second record to aspire to have great reviews or win awards. And I think that because we ended up just making records that were so for ourselves, which is what we've always done. There's an irony there where people believe that so. It's really, really it's humbling to see that people care about something that's so genuine,
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. And it's like you get it, and then when you see other people get it.
Yeah, that's really, really, because for me, I just about get it.
Right.
So like when there's loads of people that get it, it really impresses me. It's really cool because there's a lot of. I think you have to be quite forgiving with the 1975 because there's a lot of stuff that challenges people, challenges preconceptions in loads of different ways. So it's really cool to have such a big fan base.
We're talking with Matt Healy backstage at Hangout 2019 from the 1975. They are playing this evening. I believe it's 6:15.
6:15ish. Yeah.
I looked at it and then I kind of looked away and I went, so I had to kind of guess. So I'm glad that I got that right. Now, downstairs when we got here this morning, there were 2 women down there and they are huge 1975 fans. I don't know if you have, you have Deadheads and all. Do you guys have names for your fans?
We don't have because the 1975 isn't that much of a clean kind of thing, but they do exist.
Oh, absolutely.
In their droves.
I mean, they were here. We're waiting for the 1975. I said, well, they'll be here later today. But one of the girls that was down there was from Peru. And she said that you guys just played Peru.
That's right.
And she wanted to know what your thoughts were on that country.
We loved it so much. We actually have been talking about it quite a lot. I mean, we've been to South America and Central America before, but the food in Peru, it was the best food that I've ever eaten in my life.
Oh, Peruvian, yeah.
But consistently.
Really?
Like, everything that I ate was amazing. And the people were so nice. I mean, it's really amazing going to such what I perceive to be, like incredibly exotic places and then setting up my band, which is about growing up in like gloomy Macclesfield and all these kids are kind of there. Do you know what I mean? I suppose the music's quite like uplifting and it's major chordy. I get it. So, but yeah, it's just, the whole thing blows my mind.
She also said she compared you to David Byrne of the Talking Heads. Has that ever been an influence for you?
Oh, that I suppose that's kind of my main influence. I mean, in regards to being in rock and roll and being inherently awkward. And being more of an art student in the position of I don't know if that's me, but feeling like maybe like an art student in the shoes of what's supposed to be a rock star. Like I don't really, I'm more, but those Talking Heads records, from Buildings and Food up to like, you can hear so much Talking Heads in the 1975.
What other influences did you have?
Well, this is the whole thing. It's like, I've used the magpie analogy, like where like magpies, like I'll collect anything shiny. Doesn't matter if it's a diamond or a piece of foil or like whatever. So shiny for me is just like beautiful melody. So it could be in the right hand of a Coltrane or an Oscar Peterson piece, or it could be in the depths of the feedback of a My Bloody Valentine song, or do you know what I mean? It's like I just find music. I'm obsessed with music, and I think the 1975 is a testament to that because we've been together since we were 13. 13 is different to 17. Like when I was 17, I was a person. I had, I was thinking about what was cool. I was thinking about what girls would like. I was thinking about what leather jacket I wanted, Right. When I was 13, 12 in my Spider-Man t-shirt, I just wanted to experience these sounds bouncing off those sounds, And I think that embracing that purity and embracing the kind of freedom that the internet has provoked in regards to like streaming services have no rules. There's nothing telling you also. There's nothing telling kids don't listen to Carole King after A$AP Ferg. Like there's no one telling them to do that. So I've never felt the pull to make music like that. And I just love music. Like I love all types of music, There's not any type of music that I wouldn't try and make, maybe apart from like reggae, like patois. But apart from that, I think I give everything else a try.
And it shows in what you guys do. I mean, the music is amazing, and the words and the lyrics that you guys are putting together, or specifically you, I mean, it's so well crafted.
Thank you. Well, we've been doing it since we're 13.
Right. So it's been a while then.
Right.
Now, I wanted to ask you one thing about, because these women were here earlier today, what kind of relationship do you have with your fans? Do you get to know them very well? Like ones you see over and over again? Do you reach out on social media?
I do to a certain extent. I think that what's really important to me is the idea of community that has been created within the 1975 and the amount of crossover and the amount of genuine real life friendships that have been started through using the hub of the 1975 is a central point. And I think that what kids listen, I have this whole thing was like I don't take anything for granted, right? I really don't. My house, one of the reasons that I kind of had to move was the amount of fan stuff that I held on to. Like I have a whole room of kind of everything that I've ever been given. And it's not through a place of ego. It's just through a place of I can't appreciate it in the moment. Because the human brain doesn't allow yourself to have your mind blown every 20 minutes. Right. Well, if I'm playing a show for 10,000 people, like in Chicago, and I've been there like twice, I could sit out and look out the window and see every person coming in and be like, they've got a babysitter. They're a fully fledged human being. They're a fully fledged human being. He looks cooler than me. Why does he want to? I could have my mind blown every night, but you just don't allow yourself to do that. So I think that I take the emotional responsibility that I feel from people, and I turn it into an artistic responsibility, and I make my records really mean something, because that's where the most people can get that. I'm also a person as well, so sometimes I'm in a good mood and I'm more open to like a new dialogue with a stranger. But sometimes I'll be a bit like, oh, I don't know how to deal with that compliment, or I don't know how to deal with your,
It's hard to learn how to say thank you sometimes.
Of course,
and sound sincere every time.
Exactly.
Like, thank you.
I know. But I do appreciate it, and I would never want somebody not to come over to. Like I hate it. Like I've seen people do it. Like people come over and they because it's really funny. It shows a sign of way more emotional maturity if you can actually go over to somebody and be like, oh my God, like I fucking love you. You get a lot of negging sometimes. People come over and be like, bro, I don't know who the fuck you are, but like sorry, I shouldn't swear. I'm really sorry.
That's sorry. Okay. We'll edit it out. It's all good.
Sorry about that.
Do I need to do like a boop so you know where it's at on the waveform?
So it's just like, it'll be like, Sorry, I lost my train of thought.
You were
Sorry.
talking about, going over and talking to people or getting up enough nerve, or some people.
Yeah, and I think that some people they'll neg, or they'll like say something negative, or they'll downplay it, and then I'll see a 1975 tattoo on their arm or something like that. And I think that it's really funny because you have to learn how to negotiate all of these social situations, because this happens to me like 3, 4, 5 times a day, and it's interesting.
Where do you guys find that you have the most fame, or the most where people like immediately like know who you are by sight too? Is that everywhere? Is it more in England? Is it in some other countries?
The more primary cultural places,
Right.
Los Angeles, New York, London,
Right.
and Manila.
Manila, okay.
Randomly.
Yeah.
We're huge in Mexico and we're huge in Manila. A lot of people are huge in Mexico and huge in Manila because they have this really interesting way that the countries are set up, and young people we've been big in Manila since like day one. But that's just a testament to the internet but London,
well, that's
central
close to
London,
home, right?
yeah, exactly. I'll get recognized a lot, but it's nice.
Do you? Are there times when you try not to? I mean, like you said, you're a person. You're having good days, bad days. Some days you're very open. Some days you want to be.
I think so. I think I'll probably take a back road if I'm feeling rough or something.
Really? So the new album that'll be coming out, which is the second of the Music for Cars, I guess, recording.
Yeah, era, whatever. Yeah.
Recording cycle, maybe.
Yeah.
It'll be called Notes on a Conditional Form. We can expect it August-ish?
Well, something we can definitely expect music kind of before then and around that time.
Are you playing stuff from that in your show tonight?
No, we're not. We're still trying to get in stuff from the album that only came out 6 months ago, and then playing stuff that people already know. And it's crazy, honestly. We have once.
Is that us? That feedback?
It's coming through somehow. Cans.
Is it outside? Whatever it is, can you turn down the inside speakers, please? Yeah. Okay. I'm so sorry.
It's okay. Maybe it's coming through that. I think it's coming through one of the amps.
Could it be?
Picking up. That guitar up over there.
I'm not sure. Where was it?
Yeah.
Oh, it was over there? Okay. It's outside.
It's all right.
This place plays havoc with sound.
So, yeah, cool. Yeah, that was interesting. I like that. That's where my engineer brain kicks in. I want to figure out what's going on.
That's awesome.
But yeah.
We're talking with Matt Healy from the 1975, playing tonight at Hangout at 6:15. Can't wait to see you guys
Thank you
again.
very
And
much.
Matt, it's such a pleasure to
Always
have you
good to
here.
see
Thank
you.
you so much.
Thanks
man.
very much. Take
And come
care.
back and see us again very soon.
Yeah, of course. Next time I'm here. I'll be
All
there.
right. It's 92 Zoo backstage at Hangout 2019. It's live from the Zoo Beach House.
Nice.
Great.